The 19th cycle of America's Next Top Model, consisted of 13 episodes and was broadcast on the CW. It aired from August 24, 2012, until November 16, 2012, and was promoted by the catchphrase "Only one can be top of the class." The program saw 13 women, all of which were enrolled in higher education, compete for the title of America's Next Top Model, providing them with an opportunity to begin their career in the modeling industry. Its premise was originated with supermodel Tyra Banks, who additionally serves as its executive producer and presenter. The 19th cycle saw numerous adjustments from previous installments of the series. The judging panel consisted of the returning Banks and Kelly Cutrone, in addition to the newly hired Rob Evans, who replaced the departing Jay Alexander. Public voting became a factor considered in contestant eliminations, and was represented on the panel by Bryanboy. Consequentially, the cycle became the first to have 4 permanent members since the 12th cycle, and the first to not feature guest judges since the 9th cycle. Additionally, previous creative director Jay Manuel was dismissed from his position and succeeded by Johnny Wujek, while the prizes awarded were changed. The international destination during the cycle was Makeovers, Jamaica, becoming the second occasion in which the series traveled to the country, after the 3rd cycle. The winner was 21-year-old Laura James from Cambridge, New York, and representing Paul Smith's college. Show and prize changes. The show underwent many major changes for this season. Most notably, judge and fashion photographer Nigel Barker, runway coach Miss J. Alexander, and photo shoot creative director Jay Manuel were dismissed from the show after the previous cycle in an attempt to revitalize the show. They were replaced by British model Rob Evans and Filipino fashion blogger Bryanboy. Johnny Wujek also joined the crew as the new creative director of photo shoots. Evans and Bryanboy joined the judging panel with Banks and Cutrone, marking the return of 4 permanent judges since cycle 12. Another change was the incorporation of public voting as a factor in eliminations. The contestants now received numerical scores for their performances in the challenges and photo shoots. These scores, along with an average score from the fans, were added up to determine who stayed in the competition every week during eliminations. The girl with the lowest combined score was thus eliminated from the competition. However, for the first 6 weeks the eliminated girls were still be able to participate in the photo shoots, and their photos were also available to be voted on by the public. The girl with the highest social media score out of the eliminated girls was allowed to rejoin the competition. This was the first cycle to feature an entire cast of all new contestants since cycle 16 featured only returning contestants from previous cycles, while cycle 18 featured 7 new American models alongside 7 returning contestants from previous cycles of Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model. Additionally, casting was brought back for this season for the first time since cycle 15. This cycle also does not feature guest judges at panel, and the episode titles were changed from the guest judge name to the girl, which was applied from cycles 1 through 9. Cycle 19 aired in a new time slot, Fridays at 8 p.m. The prizes for this cycle were, a modeling contract with LA Models and NY Model Management, the face of the America Euro unregistered trademark as Next Top Model perfume product Dream Come True, a spread in Nylon magazine, campaigns with 9 West and Smashbox Cosmetics, and a $100,000 cash prize. The following prizes were removed: a guest correspondent placement with the Extra News magazine, a fashion spread in Vogue Italia, and both the cover and a spread in Beauty in Vogue, production of a music composition that will be performed by the winner that will then be released as a record single by CBS Records, and a $100,000 contract with CoverGirl Cosmetics, the series' longtime sponsor since the 3rd cycle. Episode summaries: The Girl Who Makes the Grade, first aired August 24, 2012. The semi-finalists met for the first time, and enjoyed the party for the casting of cycle 19. Tyra introduced the new judges for the Silea Euro Rob Evans and photo shoot director Johnny Wujek. She also revealed that the fans would take part in deciding who would be eliminated each week. The models were introduced to the public via runway, and later had a photo shoot in their bikinis. the girls met the judges for one-on-one interviews at panel. Memorable contestants included Victoria, who was homeschooled her entire life, Brittany, who loved Disney, Laura, who is the daughter of actor John James, Jessie, who accidentally flashed her booty during the runway challenge, and Kristen, who was a former mean girl in high school. Tyra then announced the 13 girls who would compete and live together in the top model house. Special guests: Taryn Manning, The Girl Who Cries Home, first aired August 31, 2012. After settling to their new sorority house, Tyra added up some new twist as part of the changes in the cycle. Rob Evans then informed the girls that they are going to Hollywood for their next challenge, which is a runway show at Club Even. Layla and Maria stumbled, Brittany and Victoria shined, Kristen accidentally showed her butt. Ultimately, Yvonne won the challenge for getting the highest score. Back at the house, tensions flare when Destiny questioned her low score and Kiara noted that Destiny may have looked like a stripper, which Destiny told the other girls without knowing that Kiara was listening at the other side, which led to a fight between Darian and Kiara. At the photo shoot, the girls do a beauty shot inspired by taxidermy of wild animals hanging on the wall. Layla, Nastasia and Laura received good feedback while Jessie and Destiny struggled. Kristen was noticed by her complaining attitude, and Victoria amazed Johnny by showing a lot of her personality, though Johnny was feeling annoyed by her talking. At the house, a worried Victoria called her mom and burst into tears, which was noticed by some of the other girls. At the panel, Layla, Laura and Nastasia received good comments both from the judges and as social media. Kristen wowed the fans, getting the highest scores, while Brittany was shocked that the social media are against her and noted her as full of herself. Victoria received mixed feedback. Destiny and Jessie found themselves in the bottom two, both for having the lowest scores and for their plain photographs. However, Destiny got a higher score and Jessie was eliminated. Shortly after Jessie's elimination, Bryanboy told her that she has a chance to get back at the competition if she got the highest scores on the social media for the comeback competition. First call out: Layla Goldcall, bottom two, Destiny Stradwick and Jessie Robideau, eliminated. Jessie Robideau, featured photographer, Sheenie Grimes, special guests, Iota Phi Theta Step Team, John T. Drake, The Girl Who Wants Out, first aired September 7, 2012. In this episode, the girls are taken to the Christophe Salon, where they are greeted by the judges. They reveal that it is makeover time, but there are a few twists. Girls can choose whether or not they want to receive a makeover, and they will not reveal the makeovers until after everyone has made their decision to whether they want a makeover or not. Maria and Victoria refused their makeovers, while everyone else said yes. Most of the girls are satisfied with their changes. Tyra dropped by during the shoot and had a talk with Victoria, and Maria had a talk with Kelly Cutrone. Then they were given a chance to look at what they would have received. Victoria appeared upset by her decision and regretted it, although Destiny was upset, fearing that her new style made her look like a lesbian. While Maria continued to appear distant and refused the makeover. Trick dropped by afterwards to provide the Tyra mail for the next shoot. For the photo shoot this week, the girls were tasked to do a nude photo shoot with Rob Evans, displaying their chemistry with him. Maria refused to do the photo shoot, citing that she had been doubting herself ever since she began the competition. Quit. Maria Tucker: after talking with Johnny further, Maria decided to withdraw from the competition, much to the relief of some of the girls. During the photo shoot, Kiara and Darian struggled, while Nastasia accidentally kneed Rob in the groin. At judging, Brittany, Victoria, Layla and Alyssa received praise from the judges and as social media, though Victoria apologized to the judges for her decision regarding the makeover and admitted that ever since, she had tried to curl her hair herself. Nevertheless, she received the first call-out for that week. Yvonne and Darian landed in the bottom two, both for having the lowest score. Neither the judges nor the fans liked their photo. However, there was a close tie and Yvonne was saved for having a higher score in the public vote, and Darian was eliminated. Upon discovering it, she dropped to her knees in front of Tyra, thinking Tyra was going to give her a second chance. Tyra then proceeded to inform her and the other girls that Darian would have a chance to participate in the comeback photo shoots in an effort to return to the competition. First call out, Victoria Henley. Bottom 2, Darian Ellis and Yvonne Paulus. Eliminated, Darian Ellis. Featured photographer, Tony Duran. Special guests, Christoph Drake, The Girl Who Does What Tyler Perry Says. First aired September 14, 2012. Tensions flare at the top model house when Kristen goes to Destiny's bag to get a lighter without asking for her permission. Kristen then dared Destiny to punch her in the face so that she can send Destiny home. Then the girls meet 3rd Street at Tyler Perry Promenade and Santa Monica Boulevard for an acting challenge where Tyra and Tyler will tell the girls what to do with respect to the persona they've randomly picked. Kiara, Laura and Yvonne got high scores. Victoria made a tourist mad at her and thrown food at her while Destiny and Layla struggled. Kiara won the challenge and got a role in a Tyler Perry production which some of the models predicted because she's what is she portraying already. Then, they are whisked away to Universal Studios, where they are made up as zombies for a very apocalyptic photo shoot. Laura, Layla and Brittany shone while Yvonne struggled to be a zombie. Kiara was noted as girl in a music video and Kristen irritated Johnny with her attitude and also struggled to get a shot. At panel, Laura received the highest fan vote so far and got high scores from the judges and received the best photo. Kristen received low scores from the judges and was castigated for being too pretty and Nastasia's height was questioned. Destiny and Yvonne once again placed in the bottom 2, both for having the lowest scores together with their lackluster photos. In the end, Yvonne was saved and Destiny was eliminated. First call out, Laura James. Bottom 2, Destiny Stradwick and Yvonne Paulus. Eliminated, Destiny Stradwick. Featured photographer, Ricky Middlesworth. Special guests, Tyler Perry, The Girl Who Sings for Alicia Keys. First aired September 21, 2012. Since she got the best photo, Laura is now the president and will use the Tyra suite. She chose Kristen to join her and talked about Layla as she might be obsessed with Laura and will be mad at her. Tyra and Alicia Keys showed up and told the girls that they will be part of a charity runway show for Alicia Keys' charity Keep Children Alive wearing clothes designed by Mara Hoffman. Laura was then in charge of everything since she won the Best Picture. Kelly questioned Laura about the details which Laura assigned to each girls. At the challenge, Kiara, Laura and Victoria got the highest scores and bids. Kiara won the challenge and chose Nastasia to accompany her in Alicia Keys' concert. Back at the house, Alyssa got the lowest score for the challenge. Kiara told Layla that Laura said that she is obsessed with her. Layla then confronted Laura and told her that she was obsessed with herself. At the photo shoot, Jonty teach the girls on posing while being tossed in the air as a cheerleader. Kristen, Nastasia and Victoria got praised while Alyssa, Brittany and Layla struggled. Laura, who is afraid of height, conquered her fears to get a shot. At panel, most of the girls received mixed feedback. Laura was praised for great shot and pushing through her fears, but when every scores combined, it was Nastasia who received the best photo. Layla and Brittany shockingly found themselves in the bottom 2, much to the surprise of the girls and the judges. Despite a low fan and challenge score, Brittany managed to survive the elimination by a margin of 0.5 to Layla, who was eliminated despite her consistently high fan score, leaving her feeling extremely emotional. First call out, Nastasia Scott. Bottom 2, Brittany Brown and Layla Goldkill. Eliminated, Layla Goldkill. Featured photographer, Sarah Silver. Special guests, Alicia Keys, Mara Hoffman, Jonty, The Girl Who Gets PWN'd. First aired September 28, 2012. After the shocking elimination of Layla, most of the girls stepped up their game, while both Brittany and Yvonne got irritated with Bryanboy's reaction to Layla's elimination. The girls then go to the Culver Studios where they were greeted by a video game version of Rob Evans and supermodel Chrissy Teigen. They announced that they will act a video game scene. Brittany and Kristen did well while Yvonne did not look like she wanted to do the challenge, and although Victoria's character was praised, her body postures are the worries of the judges. Laura impressed them the most and she won the challenge, which is a signature winning move that will be featured in the video game, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. Back at the house, Victoria was worried about her position in the competition, so she had an emotional conversation with her mother. For the photo shoot, The girls are styled in a steampunk fashion in a train station where they will pose with an owl named Groovy from Harry Potter movies. Brittany asked Bryanboy about his reaction during the last panel and later cleared things out with him, and she received good feedback. Laura also delivered beautifully. Kristen had some problems posing with the owl and struggled to get a shot. Victoria struggled also, although she implemented a long background story for her shoot, and on Yvonne's shoot where they have to change her skirt, Yvonne made a tongue noise which made Bryanboy scold Yvonne, who fights back at him. After the tension, Yvonne then later apologized to Bryanboy. At panel, Laura swept the victory as she got a perfect score from the judges and high score on both social media and challenge. Brittany excelled despite Kelly's remark about her Disney persona. Nastasia was again castigated for looking short in a photo. Victoria landed in the bottom two for slowly sliding down the competition, with Yvonne, who was eliminated for an average photo and a bad attitude on set. First call out, Laura James, bottom two, Victoria Henley and Yvonne Powlis, eliminated, Yvonne Powlis, featured photographer, Mike Ruiz, special guests, Chrissy Teigen, Taylor Kurosaki, Mike Mukatis, Drake, The Girl Who Licks the Floor, first aired October 5, 2012. Most of the girls are worried about Victoria's health, as she did not eat a lot. According to Victoria, she wasn't eating as much because she missed her mom. Bryanboy told the girls that they would go on a road trip for their challenge, divided into two teams. Each team had 3 stops on their way to Palm Springs, and each girl had to photograph themselves committing random acts of modeling at every stop. Most of the girls struggled to create the required shots. Victoria accidentally did not save one of Kiara's segments, which irritated her. Laura ultimately won the challenge, and as her prize she won the opportunity to have a segment as a host in Nylon TV. After their long drive, the girls did a photo shoot where they had to pose in gross and sticky situations. Brittany, Kristen and Nastasia were praised, while Alyssa, Kiara and Laura struggled. Meanwhile, Victoria made up yet another backstory for her shoot. When they returned to their sorority house, the girls were concerned about Victoria's health and confronted her for it. At panel, Brittany, Kristen and Nastasia were praised. Even though Victoria's photo was stellar, Tyra asked the girls about her condition in the competition, and about their worries that Victoria had been losing weight. During the elimination ceremony, Nastasia received the best photo. Tyra warned Victoria that if she restricted her food intake, she would have to go home. Alyssa and Laura were placed in the bottom two for their weak shots. Tyra handed the last photo to Laura, and emotionally eliminated Alyssa. First call out, Nastasia Scott, bottom two, Alyssa Verma and Laura James, eliminated, Alyssa Verma, featured photographer, Douglas Friedman, special guests, Marissa Montgomery, Marvin Scott Jarrett, The Girl Who Comes Back, first aired October 19, 2012. After panel, most of the girls brought up the incident about Victoria's health, which led into the tension between Kristen and Victoria. Kelly then informed the girls that they will do a go-sees with some of the biggest designers in Los Angeles. The designers can only book one model, but the models can book more than one designers. Victoria tried to impress Whitney Port and tries to outshine Kiara as her partner. Laura broke down as she wants to go to Guess but has a little time to go, but she then won the challenge while Brittany and Victoria did not book any. The girls go to a prison where they will do a photo shoot, which is a fashion mugshot, which is also a message for young college students. Kristen and Laura excels, while Brittany struggling with her character. Nastasia and Victoria got into their characters, while Kiara shared her experience in a prison when she tried to steal a bracelet. At the panel, Laura get the first call out and she's quickly followed by Kristen and Kiara. Nastasia barely escaping the bottom two, leaving both Brittany and Victoria in the bottom two for not booking one of the designers and a bad photo from their potential. Victoria was saved and Brittany was eliminated, but after the elimination Tyra told Brittany that they will reveal the girl that will come back to the competition, but it was cut and continued next week. First call out, Laura James, bottom two, Brittany Brown and Victoria Henley, eliminated, Brittany Brown, featured photographer, Mark the Cobra Snake Hunter, special guests, Marcus Barrington, Lulu Guinness, Sarah Boyer, Charlotte Ronson, Whitney Port, Cecilia Cassini, Drake. The Girls Go to Jamaica, first aired October 26, 2012. The episode began with the continuation of the last episode, where the eliminated girls were called back to announce that one of them would come back to the competition. Tyra then revealed that the remaining girls would go to Jamaica for the rest of the competition. The scores for the comeback series were revealed, and Layla was able to return to the competition. Returned, Layla Goldcall. When the girls arrived to Jamaica, they were greeted by some local male models. Kiara clicked with Corey and flirted with him. Then the girls had some lunch with Tyra where she taught the ladies the type of models they were, whether they were a smizer or a toucher. Then they met Jonty and Conscience where they announced that their challenge was a dance competition with the moods of Jamaican music in terms of partners. Kiara and Nastasia received good feedback. Layla and Victoria did pretty well, while Kristen and Laura received the lowest scores, which angered Kristen. For the photo shoot, the girls had to create a love triangle scene while rafting in a river. Laura, Layla, and Nastasia excelled, while Kristen struggled. Although she had an amazing story for the shoot, Victoria struggled to achieve the desired shot. Kiara was criticized for having been distracted by Corey's involvement in the shot. At panel, Nastasia received first call-out for her beautiful photo, while Laura followed suit. Layla also received a mixed comment with Tyra saying that her picture was a bit catalog. Kristen was castigated for not trying to do her best. Ultimately, Kiara and Victoria landed in the bottom two for their flawed photos. With little over a point apart, Victoria, one of the most controversial models of the season, was eliminated from the competition. First call-out, Nastasia Scott, bottom two, Kiara Bellon and Victoria Henley, eliminated. Victoria Henley, featured photographer, William Richards, special guests, Conscience, Jonty, the girl who becomes art for Tyra, first aired November 2, 2012. During their stay in Jamaica, the girls met Bob Marley, a unregistered trademark S daughter, Sedla Marley, who had designed a fashionable new line of bikinis. Their challenge was to model the bikinis while rising out of the ocean on a dolphin. During the challenge, one of the dolphins accidentally hit Layla's leg. Laura accidentally flashed her breasts in front of the other girls, Johnny and Sedla. Ultimately, Layla won her first challenge, leaving Kristen in disgust since she got the lowest score. Later, the girls ventured to Jamaica, unregistered trademark S famous Dunn's River Falls, where greeted by Tyra, who would be their photographer for the day. The models were transformed into warrior princesses, and they had to embody different themes of nature. The girl who could strike the best pose under the cascading waterfall would win the honor of having her photo grace the walls of Tyra unregistered trademark S home. Nastasia amazes Tyra by her creative poses. Both Kiara and Layla were universally praised by Tyra for their amazing shots, while Kristen and Laura fell flat. At panel, Layla received high acclaim for her ultra-stunning photograph and once again rewarded by 3 perfect scores by the judges. Kiara and Nastasia also received acclaim for their photographs and received near-perfect scores as well. Both Laura and Kristen received mediocre feedback, disgusted the latter even more. Backstage, when they were waiting for the results, an angered and disgusted Kristen finally had enough and threw a tantrum to Kiara and Layla, who were celebrating their high scores, especially for Kiara since it's the first time she had such score. Kiara thought it's perfectly fine to celebrate, but Kristen thought it was simply disrespectful, though the latter did disrespectfully cut off every time Layla wants to speak. At last, Layla easily got the best photo and earned the best score ever in the competition at 46.4, breaking Laura's record in week 4 with the score of 46.2. Kiara then honored by Tyra when she revealed that her shot is going to grace the walls of Tyra's home. Nastasia then also called safe, leaving Laura and the even more disgusted Kristen in the bottom 2. Laura easily escaped the elimination again, leaving a shocked but still disgusted Kristen kicked out of the competition. Kristen then talked how much she's happy that she's leaving the competition since she's so disgusted with everyone else in the house. First call out, Layla Goldcall, bottom 2, Kristen Kagau and Laura James, Eliminated, Kristen Kagau, featured photographer, Tyra Banks, special guests, Sedla Marley, Drake, The Girl Who Freaks Out on Horseback, first aired November 9, 2012. The girls are challenged to shoot a trial television commercial for the Jamaica Tourist Board, including writing their own script and starring in their own television spot while horseback riding in the ocean. The winner gets to come back to Jamaica to shoot an official television spot that would be broadcast worldwide. Kiara and Laura struggle to work with the horse but manage to pull it off while Layla got frightened with the horse which make her struggle and Nastasia forgot all her lines which made her struggle as well, but it was Kiara who was chosen as the winner for having the highest score while Nastasia got the lowest, which made her worry. Then the models change bikinis for the Dream Come True perfume photo shoot where they pose for the chance to appear in the official fragrance ad. At the photo shoot, Nastasia, Layla and Laura struggled while Kiara wowed the photographer. At panel, Kiara wowed the judges and ultimately earned a best photo in followed by Layla, leaving Laura and Nastasia in the bottom two with Laura for having a weak photograph again and Nastasia for slipping fast in the competition, but in the end, Nastasia was eliminated after having 0.3 score lower than Laura. First call out, Kiara Bellon, bottom two, Laura James and Nastasia Scott, eliminated, Nastasia Scott, featured photographer, Jiz Smith, special guests, Ben Bennett, Yendi Phillips, Drake, The Girl Who Becomes America's Next Top Model, first aired November 16, 2012, Judge. Kelly Cutrone met the models on the streets of Jamaica to mentor them through their official 9 West photo shoot, where she and photographer Jiz Smith had a fight in the middle of the shoot. Then, the girls posed in Half Moon Bay for their Nylon magazine photo shoot. Finally, the battle for the fiercest was fought at the most famous yet infamous property in all of Jamaica, the mysteriously haunted Rose Hall Great House in Montego Bay. The previously eliminated contestants returned to join the finalists and their families for an unprecedented runway show that embraced all the beauty, culture, history and music of the island. During the show, Kiara and Laura delivered a strong performance, while Layla failed and fell twice in front of the judges and the audience. At panel, the final 3 girls were judged. Kiara's 9 West photo was criticized, but her runway walk received praise. Laura was praised for her photograph, and received good comments for her walk, while Layla was heavily criticized for her walk but received the best feedbacks for her photo. Later, the girls were called back and Tyra first announced that Layla was eliminated, Kiara soon followed, and she then went on to reveal that Laura was the 19th winner of America's Next Top Model. Eliminated, Layla Goldcall, Final 2, Kiara Bellon and Laura James, America's Next Top Model. Laura James, featured photographer, Jiz Smith, Jimmy Fontaine, special guests, Sophie Sumner, Laurie Taylor, DJ Crazy Neal, Jay Erico, The Girl with the Best Top Model Freakout, first aired November 16, 2012. This episode recaps the previous episodes of the cycle, running through the challenges, photo shoots and dramatic moments along with never-before-seen footage. Previously unaired footage includes the continuation of Kiara and Darian brawling moments, Kiara's confrontation of Laura about Layla being obsessed with her and how the other girls got involved, Maria in her Hell No commentaries on the makeover and on how the other girls offend by it, Victoria in her awkward intimacy with men during their stay in Jamaica, Layla's freak-out horseback riding, the continuation of Jiz Smith and Kelly Cutrone fighting moments of Laura's 9 West photo shoot and much more. The Comeback series, for this cycle, America's Next Top Model launched a web series called the Comeback series. After being eliminated, the girls continued to participate in the photo shoots under the premise that the audience would select one of them to return to the competition later. Layla returned to the competition in episode 9 for having accumulated the highest average fan score for her photographs. Contestants, ages stated are at time of contest, summaries, call-out order, AAA the contestant was eliminated, AAA the contestant quit the competition, AAA the contestant won the competition. In episode 1, the pool of 30 girls was reduced to 13 who moved on to the main competition. However, this first call-out does not reflect their performance that first week. Furthermore, Victoria was called 11th, but her place in the call-out was edited to be last. In episode 3, Maria refused to participate in the photo shoot and quit the competition. She was therefore not present at panel. In episode 8, all the eliminated girls were brought back to panel after Brittany's elimination. Then at the beginning of episode 9, the non-returning girls were revealed in reverse order from lowest to highest social media scores as being Destiny, Darian, Yvonne, Jessie, Brittany and Alyssa until Layla was revealed as the contestant to return. Scoring chart: AAA indicates the contestant with the highest score that week. AAA indicates the withdrawal of a contestant from the competition. AAA indicates the contestant eliminated that week. 1. Maria quit in episode 3. 2. There was no reward challenge in episode 3. As a result, the highest possible score a girl could achieve that week was 40.0 as opposed to the usual 50.0. 3. Layla returned to the competition in episode 9. Photo shoot guide: Episode 1 Photo shoot, posing in bikinis. Episode 2 Photo shoot, taxidermy mounted head beauty shots. Episode 3 Photo shoot, black and white nude in a garden with Rob Evans. Episode 4 Photo shoot, apocalyptic zombies. Episode 5 Photo shoot, cheerleaders in the air. Episode 6 Photo shoot, steampunk fashion with an owl on a train. Episode 7 Photo shoot, gross and sticky situations in a motel. Episode 8 Photo shoot, prison mugshots. Episode 9 Photo shoot, river raft love triangle. Episode 10 Photo shoot, waterfall warriors. Episode 11 Photo shoot, dream come true fragrance in a beach. Episode 12 Photo shoots, 9 West advertisements. Nylon magazine spreads, ratings. No episode aired on October 12 due to the network's re-airing of the pilot episode of Arrow. Post-top model careers: Kiara Bellin has been signed with Slater Model Management in Los Angeles and took part in a photo shoot for designer Daniel Magana with Los Angeles Euro-based fashion photographer Hassan Harris. In this same shoot, Kiara partnered with male model Tosh Yanis. Kiara teamed up again with Tosh Yanis and photographer Hassan Harris for a second shoot. She also appeared on the A-Euro-OE Jaywalking All-Stars A-Euro segment on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno along with Alyssa Verma and Jesse Robideau, had a spread for She-Wolf magazine and has walked for the 2013 LA Fashion Week. Brittany Brown has booked campaigns for Payless and ECCO. She has also walked for Phoenix Fashion Week and modeled for designer Masai Payan with ANTM contestant Raina Hain. She also hosted an event for Green Street Reality Celebration Fashion Show and had a cover and spread for Java magazine. Darian Ellis has modeled for JM Couture and has walked for NOLA Fashion Week. She also recently took part in a modeling seminar and hosted a model workshop. Layla Goldkuhl has been signed with Next Model Management in Los Angeles and Chic Model Management in Sydney. She had done some photo shoots for several catalogs. She has also modeled for Rachel Lindsay Rubin makeup and photography and appeared in a Pepsi commercial. In addition, she has recently walked for MAC Cosmetics and a Maya fashion show. She has a pre-fall ad campaign for Herve Ledger, has been in several magazines in Australia like Catalogue Magazine and the USSH, which has been featured in Models.com. Victoria Henny has been signed with Models International and Aston Models. She has walked in Miami Fashion Week. She has modeled for Studio N Vogue Photography and also did a cover for Coastal Lifestyle magazine. She also hosted a fashion show in Alabama and is currently pursuing an acting career. Laura James has been signed with New York Model Management, LA Models and Paragon Model Management. She also shot a campaign with Nine West and Smashbox Cosmetics as a part of her prize package. She also became the face of the America Euro unregistered trademark's Next Top Model perfume Dream Come True, and had a cover and a spread in Nylon magazine. On March 28, 2013, she shot a campaign with Guess along with world-renowned DJ Tiesto and another female model for WMAG event. Kristen Kagau has been signed with Mannequin Model and Talent Agency in Jacksonville, The Lions Management in New York, P Models, LE Management in Denmark and MD Management in Germany under the name Gabrielle Kagau. She has done a cover for Surf Fanatics and modeled for 8103 Clothing. Yvonne Paulus has gone back to University of Texas at Austin to finish her English and French courses. Jessie Robideau has modeled for Lee Cypress Photography and Ingenue Collection. She appeared on the A-Euro-OE Jaywalking All-Stars A-Euro segment on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno along with Alyssa Verma and Chiara Bellon. Nastasia Scott has been signed with Wilhelmina Models in New York and has modeled for Reemrod and Tuan Lee Photography, Hollywood stylist and Nina L. Shiro. Destiny Stradwick has done multiple print advertisements for a summer magazine and has also taken some test shots. Maria Tucker has been signed at Maggie Incorporated in Boston since 2011. Through Maggie, she has worked for Puma, Reebok, Clarks, Life is Good, Audi, and more. She received a Master's in Archaeology of Religion from Harvard in the spring of 2012. Alyssa Verma has done a few test shots and is currently worked as a freelance model. She appeared on the A-Euro-OE Jaywalking All-Stars A-Euro segment on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno along with Jessie Robideau and Chiara Bellon. References